What's going on, everybody? The Eafp podcast is back, up and going. I'm a little late, but that's okay. Don't worry about it and have a little. As long as I get it done, that's all that matters. Hey, a lot to talk about, a lot to get into, but at the same time, just to listen to everybody else and the comments. That's basically the only thing that we'll talk about is basically these sanctions on Russia for the upcoming World Cup and club competition too as well, guys. FIFA came down hard on Russia this last couple of days ever since what's going on in the world, and our prayers are everybody from the Ukraine too as well. We'll go start off with that, but FIFA came in hard and hard on Russia too as well. Actually, just picking them out almost every single tournament, club and country. Obviously, Russia's out of the World Cup qualifyings where they played against Poland this upcoming World Cup qualifying matchup. Um, and also taking out the clubs too as well. Not only that, but also the Champions League was going to be in Russia this year in Zenith, and now it's now in Paris. And even on top of that, guys, to make matters even worse, the clubs I cannot compete. They can't compete in any of the European competitions as well. They took out the men's and women's in all their competitions too as well. So it's one of those situations, ladies and gentlemen, where FIFA just came in hard for for Russia, and to make matters even worse, within the last 48 hours, Abramovich from Chelsea, Roman Abramovich, he is the main guy for Chelsea. Put his club up for sale. He's taking on himself out of the Chelsea's teams, the front office, all of that, and Chelsea's up for sale now. He said whatever he's gonna get from it. I know that he's gonna put a little bit more money, or he's not gonna put money. Well, not a little bit, but he's gonna put money into the Ukrainian for Ukrainian help and all that. So uh, it's a weird talking point for sure, because a lot of people are affected by this. Not only the people that are suffering in Ukraine, but also the world government body too as well in FIFA. And just the teams, the competition, everything in general, guys, has been taken away from Russia. From the Champions League to everything in between. I want to know what you guys think. Was this a good idea from FIFA to actually take out Russia in all competitions, national, internationally, and domestic, and also with the European competitions too as well? I just want to know what you guys think about it. Me personally, what I think, I mean, it's one of those harsh decisions. It's one of those decisions where it's hard to explain, but you get the reason why, right? You get the reason why that you this has to happen, right? Because obviously the players have nothing to do with this, right? And I agree, the players have nothing to do with this. Um this is all because of what's going on in the world today. But also at the same time, it's one of those situations to where um you just want to be safe and don't want to take any risk of whatever happens, right? And I get it. The players have nothing to do with what's going on in the world today, right? But at the same time, uh it's a safe route, I guess, if people wants to take to eliminate any further accusations of something worse to happen, anything bad to happen, right? Do the players have fault on this? No. I honestly do believe that FIFA should have done something along the lines where, like, they give the opportunity to the players are not playing so far in any other competitions. At least give them a like a 2-3 week window to see if any other teams are loaned out, and the teams, now obviously I know it's going to be hard to, like, okay, maybe that's one of the reasons why not to do it. But the players have no fault in this. They did say that at first, I know it was Russia wanted to, um they could play, but they can't play with like the Russian flag on it or the national anthem when they played against Poland for a recent World Cup qualifying. But even that didn't seem right. Um, I think this was probably the safest. It might not be the smartest or the smartest decision to make, but at the same time, um, it's one of those situations to where, like, I feel like there's not a like there's no right or wrong answer, or there's no right or wrong solution. It's just what up, Jose? Here you come in here saying, yo, what's up? As we're talking about Russia and FIFA going down on Russia, taking them out of the tournament, World Cup qualifying tournaments, and domestic European competitions too, as well, for the clubs, for men and women. Um, the sanctions that came along with it, but uh, it, it's one of those hard decisions to make. Like, the players have nothing to do with it, but also at the same time, you just want to be safe. They should have given the opportunity for players to probably maybe get like a 2 week spell, like probably get like a loan period or something in between that time frame, just for them to for them to have a still play for the rest of the remainder of the season. I mean, I get it that they can't play in European competitions if they already played in some. Granted, that's okay, that's fine, I understand that, but at least helping, like the lower level teams, like get the teams that have, you know, relegation problems or on the board of being regulated, and it's just it's an idea that to be tossed around because they just literally just took them out of the map, right? Poland gets into the next round of the World Cup qualifying. Probably will play a scrimmage in between there too as well. Uh, Zenit is out of the Europa League. Russia obviously not out of the World Cup, but the players themselves are not playing anymore, and it's a reason. It's for the reasons what's going on in the world right now. Now I know, again, I'm gonna get into Ibrahimovic right now for real quick, but I just want to get out here myself and say that, the players should have given an opportunity to play somewhere else, right? At least the foreign players. At least give the foreign players, because you still have some Brazilians who I know in Shakhtar Donetsk in Ukraine. The Brazilians players wanted to get out of there. They wanted to go back home to Brazil. At least it's an opportunity right there for them to go play, back on a loan spell with their teams. Now, obviously, it's not going to happen, but an opportunity for the players to still have some type of conditioning and playing while what's going on in the world right now, or at least over there in Russia and Ukraine, for them to still continue playing. But I get the reason why not. There's too many stipulations. I mean, there would be a lot of teams still going for these players, and the risk of players getting hurt somewhere else. Like, I get the whole nine and everything like that, but because of what's going on, and their president or the leader or whatever Russia really has, don't ask me about politics, because I'm not the guy to go for. But just a reason for the players to still play. Like, I want to know what you guys think on the comments section. What you guys think about FIFA and going into the sanctions for Russia, um for Russia, and sanctioning them from every World Cup qualifying matchups, and also domestically, and also for European competitions. I just don't want I want to know what you guys think. We'll put it right here on the comments, and I promise I'll get back into it too as well. You can join me on StreamYard too as well. Here too, I have the link right there on the link if you want to join up. I'm right here too on StreamYard.com. Also live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Thanks to the JCA Sports Podcast on here too as well, and Spotify. I'm sorry, Anchor, for being our sponsors, guys. Russia, FIFA win came down on Russia with the sanctions here for the upcoming World Cup qualifyings, and also for the European competitions too as well. I want to know what you guys think about FIFA coming down on Russia. Was it the right move? Was it the smart move? Do the players have an opportunity to still, or should have been given the opportunity to still go out on loan to play with other teams in other competitions, or at least domestically, for them to still be in peak physical shape, or just still for them to still keep playing? Like, I know some of the Brazilians in Shakhtar Donetsk in Ukraine went back home to Brazil to avoid all this, to avoid the situation that's happening, the unfortunate situation that's happening in Ukraine with Russia. But I want to know what you guys think. Was it too harsh? Was it just right? Was it a safety measure? I want to know what you guys think here on the comment section too as well. Um, as for Abramovich, him putting up Chelsea for sale, I think that was just more the surprising move out of all of us, out of everything. St. Petersburg losing on the Champions League. All right, cool. It's in Paris. That's fine. A little shocking, but I guess kind of rightfully, deservedly so. Um, the Russian teams are and the Russian league domestically have been canceled or have been taken out of the competition. Even internationally wise, I think that was a risky decision, but I understand the decision why they had to do that. But Abramovich selling Chelsea just came into a shock and shock to us all too as well. I don't think none of us expected this. I know he was one of the main guys. He just did it on the quicks too. If I read the reports correctly, I know he had some type of affiliation with Vladimir Putin, or he's real close with Vladimir Putin. And I think one of his one of the Chelsea sponsorships, or has a small percentage of Chelsea, is a Russian a Russian sponsor that deals with Putin too as well. And I know that and then I know there was an article from ESPN.com. I think it was either Mark. It's on ESPN.com on under the soccer for the ESPN FC. Um, that he said he wanted to be that middle point for Putin and everybody else, for us to come together, right? Because he at least feels, that he can do something about it. That's why he put up Chelsea for sale. Last time I checked, that Chelsea is worth £4 billion, and he put money into this team, and this team became richer with him at the helm, winning multiple Champions League, winning multiple league titles with multiple managers. And he put Chelsea on the map as one of the teams in London and also in Europe too as well, with his money bringing in. And now that he's gone, now the next person, I know there was a funny tweet or a quote, maybe it might be real. I'm not 100% sure, but I know Conor McGregor said he wants a bite at the apple with Chelsea Football Club. But it still comes as a shock, guys, that he put the team up for sale. Like, I wouldn't think he was going to go that far, but he did. Was it right for him? Yeah, because I was reading upon it, and he does have some Ukrainian background with his mother being from the Ukraine, born in Russia. I know that was one of like that was one of the things, but like he could still it's hard for me to find words because it's hard to tiptoe around this, not really tiptoe, but to come up with straight facts about this, because like we don't understand the reasoning behind it. I know that he tried to avoid every situation and stuff like that, and a couple Russian owners and everybody like that. I think it was FIFA took away one of the airplanes or one of the sponsorship for Russia and something like that. But like, to him to sell it was a little too much, in my opinion. I think he still could have done both, but I understand the stipulation where he was coming from to sell the team. And whoever sells Chelsea, bit man, oh man, you better come in with big money. That's for sure. With that too, but um, what does it mean for Chelsea down the line? Well, what it means for, and I want to know what you guys think about Abramovich too, as well, selling the team for Chelsea. Chelsea's worth £4 billion. Were you guys surprised, shocked, or really don't care that he put the team up for sale after the recent events that's happening in Russia and Ukraine? I don't know what you guys think. Chelsea's now on sale on the market and could be one of the hot teams. One, you're in the Premier League, so that's one that's already up there. Two, you're one of the top teams in the world, so that also has a side sale too as well. Three, you're going to get people coming in, especially if you play a European competition like the Champions League. So you already have an upside there. You're going to spend big money, and you're going to be and you have a top team too as well this year. But it's just one of those situations to where it's just like, if you're going to come in, big shoes have to be filled, because Abramovich did a great job in his 12, 13 years of command with Chelsea, being Chelsea's main man. It was just one of those situations where you didn't see coming. Good for him that he's selling. He says that whatever profit he's going to get from Chelsea, whoever buys Chelsea, he's going to send the profit out to the Ukraine, to the Ukraine this morning, or any money that he's going to get, he's going to send to Ukraine too as well. And like I said, he's going to talk to Vladimir Putin, because him and Putin were really, really close. It just, everything has happened within the last 5 days of world events has just been ridiculously crazy. And I just want to know what you guys think. Let me know here on the stream, on YouTube Live, Twitch. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook Live too as well, under the JCA Sports Podcast here for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. It's been a crazy 5 days. and I'm just in shock. I'm just in shock as everybody else. Like, I mean, the suspensions for the domestic league, okay, I got that in a way, but for them to go down to European, I mean, international level, and now Abramovich selling Chelsea, it's just been one crazy weekend for sure. After amazing weekend games this weekend too. You had the Carabao Cup final too on Sunday. It was an interesting 0-0 matchup between Liverpool and Chelsea too as well. A lot of talking points on that matchup. The offsides that was a very questionable one from Lukaku, that his arm was offside, and they counted that one too as well. I guess it was the sleeve that was still more than enough. I really don't know why they called offsides on that, but they did. Van Dijk being off, Virgil van Dijk being offsides, that was crazy too as well. Mendy getting subbed off. I think Tuchel had faith in Mendy. Tuchel had faith in Kepa being the penalty stopper that he was. He had moments last season where he stopped a few PKs. With all that being said, everybody scored their penalties. The crazy one was also Virgil. Kepa kind of like, bro, I know where you're going to shoot. You shoot this all, every single time. I'm going to lean in this way. Virgil just blasted up in top right corner, and Kepa just kind of had a slow reaction to it. And then he ended up missing the PK, the vital PK. It was a very entertaining open matchup, but we just wish they had more goals. They didn't, but it still provide more excitement than usual this past couple weeks. Barca's back. Supposedly that's the rumor out there that Barcelona is back too as well. Like, we had an interesting interesting weekend that's for sure. Barca's back, being Atletico Club Bilbao 4-0. They're playing well under Xavi, winning the last 3 games, European and domestically. Manchester United looks like they're on a free fall. Controversy in the Man City versus Everton game. Was it a handball? Was it a handball? Even I can mark that as that was a clear handball for VAR. We don't know if if they were right. The referee association from England said that they apologized, that they missed the call, not knowing that Everton's on the verge of a regulation, and those are vital. That could have been a vital point for them, and 2 points taken away from Man City, who Liverpool will still be in the race. Like, a lot of things happened this weekend to where it changed everything, could change the momentum, and probably give a title to a team and probably regulate the other in Everton. But I mean, a lot of crazy stuff over the weekend, and all we get to talk about is the unfortunate situation that's happening in Russia. I mean, Ukraine with Russia, and the news about Russia, all the Russian domestic league, the teams that are in Europe domestically for Russia, and England and Russia internationally are banned. Men and women are banned from FIFA scheduling games, and Poland has advanced to the next round to qualify for this year's World Cup in Qatar 2022. Yeah, guys, I want to know what you guys think. I mean, crazy week, crazy that's for sure. That's an understatement. But I just want to know what you guys think on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, and Twitter. Yes, I am all over the place. And if you guys want to join, I have the stream up on here too as well for StreamYard for sure. Real quick, I really want to give you guys real quick for the games of the week. Everything's back to normal. I know we had some FA games today, but there's a lot of stipulation going on this week, and obviously that Liverpool versus West Ham game is going to be a good one because it has top 4 implications. Liverpool obviously fighting for the championship this year, this season with Man City. They need to get a W after. I mean, let's be honest, they gifted Man City last week 3 points against Everton. Now West Ham, who's fighting for the top 4 spot with Manchester United, with even Chelsea. Chelsea's still in there too as well, with Arsenal, with Tottenham, with Man U. They're in that fight too as well, so that's going to be a good one. And it's a prime game too as well, 11:30, Liverpool against West Ham. I could kind of see Liverpool kind of taking the foot off their gas, the foot off the pedal because they have Champions League this week. Although they're in complete control of that one. I think they play Tuesday. Yes, they play Tuesday against Inter. Have them having a 2-0 lead and going home too with this and playing at home too with this 2-0 lead against Inter. But title implications, getting putting their foot off the gas, that's not the Liverpool way. And I think Liverpool will probably take that one by the minimum, at least win by the minimum, whether if it's 1-0 or 2-1. Sunday, though, Sunday is a very interesting one. And I'll tell you why. It's the Manchester Derby, right? Derby, whichever you want to call it. Obviously, you have one team that's flying and one team that's not, right? One team that's not. But it's still a derby. But this year, I feel like this team, and by this team, I mean Man U, are not clicking at all cylinders. And I think Man U will I wouldn't be surprised if I see like a 3-1, 4-1, 3-0 victory, Man City over Man U. They didn't play good against Atletico Madrid during the Champions League matchup. Although it was a 1-1 tied and they came back. They played abysmal against Watford, who are in the relegation zone, and they draw 0-0 against them. Now they have the battle against Man City in the Manchester Derby. On Sunday, primetime matchup, the one game that's right there, because my boys, my Arsenal plays against Watford, and they're looking for Champions League positioning too as well. And I mean, I'm just telling you right now, like a win from City would definitely benefit my boys if they pull off 3 points, because at the moment, Manchester United is above Arsenal by 2 points, but Arsenal has 3 games in hand. And one of them is against Tottenham. One of them is against Chelsea, I believe. Chelsea or Liverpool. Either way, it's one of those 2 games. So, I mean, the closer that we get to Man U, the better. And the closer that we get to the top 4, the better. Chelsea's not that far behind from us either. But, I mean, who cares, right? It's Arsenal. Nobody. Yeah, Jose says Liverpool all the way. Yeah, this is a good week too as well. If I were you, I would put my money this week on goals. This for sure. I would put 2.5 goals total between City and Liverpool. I mean, City and Manchester United. Liverpool, I'll do the same thing. 2.5 goals sounds enticing. I'll put my money line on Arsenal. As I don't like to put my teams, but if you want to make a quick money, I think Arsenal will probably handle Watford easily too as well. Arsenal's playing right now sky high, and they know they have Champions League aspirations too as well. So be on the lookout for that as we go around the league too as well, around the world. Oh, and speaking of which, my team in Mexico fired Solari today, if anybody really cares or notice, but it is what it is. But we do got a top 5 matchup in Spain this weekend as Real Sociedad faces against Real Madrid, who Real Madrid is also struggling to find some form too as well. Now, the only reason why I'm saying struggling to find some form, even though they're 6 points up on Sevilla in La Liga, it's a team that's been struggling. Now, they didn't really convince in their Champions League matchup against PSG, although it took PSG to the death at the 91st minute, 92nd minute for Mbappe to do whatever he did. But the game after that, they still came up slow. I forgot their opponent who they play against. I think it was Alaves, I'm pretty sure, but they turned the tables in the second half, but still struggling to turn the Jets on there. And then also last weekend too as well, they struggled as well. They barely got a goal by Benzema in the 81st minute, but again, they've been playing. They haven't been convinced. They haven't been convincing enough to dominate these games, and yet it's Real Madrid. You expect Real Madrid to be good, but like it's something missing. And now they got Real Sociedad in here, who still have a chance to qualify for the top 4. Barcelona in the last 4 games, they've been hitting all cylinders. They are only a point behind both Atletico Madrid and Barcelona, only, and just a few points behind Real Betis with 46. I think it's a 4-point gap. Yeah, 4-point gap. But it's still there. Like the games are still there to be won. And if somehow, some way they pull off a 3 points against Real Madrid or Real Sociedad, it's open. Sevilla is just open. I think Sevilla is probably the only competition that Real Madrid have this upcoming season. or this season in La Liga, and they're only behind 6 points. But Real Sociedad, they've been a pretty decent team so far this year, and I really do believe it should be an enticing game for sure this weekend, as that game's on Saturday between Real Madrid and Real Sociedad, for sure, and a top 6 matchup for La Liga. MLS is back. The Fire play against Orlando City FC, home opener here as well, at 4 o'clock for all the Fire fans out there. The Bayern Leverkusen Bayern Munich game, it should be a top. It's always a good one too as well. Uh, that's what we got going on. Those are the games for Saturday. If you guys are looking into watching some actual football and the real football during this week. Barcelona Elche, Real Betis versus Atletico Madrid. Now that's a good one too as well. Top 4 implications too, as Real Betis is third in the Liga, and Atletico Madrid, who has been falling off of form too as well. You want to talk about another team that hasn't been in form, just like Manchester United, who, ironically enough, they play each other in the Champions League. It's another team that's been struggling to find form and fell off pretty good in a La Liga that was wide open, and a team that won La Liga last year. You thought that Atletico Madrid would run it back for back-to-back titles, but it hasn't been the case. They haven't been defending what literally is the opportunity, or what's literally what Cholo Simeone's literally formula is to defend, but even then, so like they still haven't finding the back of the net. Like they've been having no form. Like this Atletico Madrid is not the Atletico Madrid of old, and that what we know. And then also in Italy, a top matchup as 1 against 2 or 2 against 3. I'll look at the table right now between top 2, and then tied in points too. Napoli versus AC Milan, and that has a lot of implication for championship too as well, because Inter is right behind them with 2 points behind. And that's a good matchup. I think I'll be in the seat for that one instead of watching the Manchester derby between Napoli and AC Milan. Those are the games this weekend. If you want excitement, if you want a gambling, I think through 2.5 goals over would probably be the good matchup for that one. If you guys want to gamble this weekend on some football, for that, those are my options here. My times here is up, guys. I'll be here every week, at 6 o'clock. Here, the Eafp podcast with myself, Eric Avila. Make sure you tune in on Facebook Live, tune in on Twitch, tune in on YouTube, and also, I think, am I forgetting something? YouTube, Twitter. Yep, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. That's where all we are on live on now, the JCA Sports Podcast, as we're going on StreamYard, and we're streaming to all those platforms. Hey, big news also for the JCA's podcast, the JCA, the John Conavi Facebook page. I got big news for you guys at 8 o'clock with my 2/3 buddies too, as well as I got big news for our platform, as well as we're expanding. And look at that, give you a little tease. I'll see where you guys find it too as well. So be on the lookout for that. 8 o'clock, the JCA Sports Podcast here on the John Conavi Facebook page. Also live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. As for myself, I am out. Thank you guys for listening, for tuning in. I'll be back next week, talk about Champions League and the games over the weekend, and hopefully everything settles out in Europe too as well. Hopefully not, but our thoughts and prayers are for our Ukrainian people out there. Be careful, be safe, everybody. As for me, I am out. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching. Until then, guys,